Hi, can you tell us your name?
My name's Joyce Harper.
And tell us a little bit about your story. What brought you to see Dr. Woods?
I really wanted to get a comprehensive overview of my health. I was having some health issues, and when you go to the doctor, a normal, regular doctor, they kind of look at one area that they specialize in, and I just felt like Dr. Woods did a great job of just doing a comprehensive overview of all the different areas of my body and the needs that I had. And then what I really appreciated was she went through the reports that came back and said, this is where you are, this is the normal range, and really explained each of those items to me, which was wonderful, just to have that time one-on-one with a doctor to explain the reports.
Wonderful. So how are you feeling now?
Feeling much better. I've got a lot more energy, and really feel like my body is getting stronger and stronger, so that's exciting.
Wonderful. And what would you say is the biggest difference between coming to see Dr. Woods and a traditional medicine office?
I think time. I feel like other doctor's visits I've gone to, you may have 10 minutes with the doctor, and especially in the initial setup with Dr. Woods, you have like an hour, hour and a half that she'll go through the information and explain what you need explained, which is just wonderful. That way you get a real feel for what you need to work on.
Great. And so what advice would you give someone who is kind of curious about seeking an integrative and functional approach to their health, as most people are, I'm sure, in the beginning? What advice would you give to them?
I think that a lot of information has come out about the importance of vitamins and your diet, and I think a functional medicine doctor is up on that information. And I think sometimes a regular doctor will just go to a medical or a prescription and not look at the whole person. And so I really encourage people to try functional medicine, that just to come in and talk to them, to talk to Dr. Woods or to talk to their staff, you get a feel that they really care and they really want to know your story and what helps you.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing with us.
You're welcome.
Hello everyone, I am Carrie Nichols. I'm here with Dr. Woods Wellness, and I just want to let everyone know what a great experience I've had with Dr. Woods and her team. I originally came because I was having issues sleeping, and I was quite frustrated with the answers I was getting from traditional medicine. And so I sought out Dr. Woods and her team to help with that. As I had imagined, it was hormonal, and there was a couple times during the month where I wasn't sleeping well during my cycle, and Dr. Woods was able to identify those issues and work with me. And so if you are in your mid-40s, if you are a lady that's in your mid-40s and you are having trouble sleeping, don't lose hope. Don't buy into the TV commercials for, you're just having a crazy busy life, and go for the medicine cabinet with a Tylenol PM. It's hormonal, and it can be addressed, but you need to see someone who is privy to what the issues are, and Dr. Woods and her team are that team. But they have gone far beyond just my issues with sleep and looking in my overall lifestyle habits, and helped me identify other things with my energy levels. I feel so much more healthy and aware and attuned to things in my environment and just my daily lifestyle that can help me get through those busy mom, busy life professional days. And I want to give everybody hope that they can do the same thing, because it can happen. It happened for me, and it can happen for you too. So come on in and see Dr. Woods and her great team of professionals.
Okay, can you tell us your name?
Diane Watts.
And tell us what brought you into Dr. Wood's office initially.
I was miserable with hot flashes and just not feeling good, and just kind of lost part of myself. So I was looking to get some of that back.
Okay, and had you tried anything before coming to Dr. Wood's?
I was on some oral medications, and they helped initially, but as the symptoms progressed, I was miserable. I couldn't sleep very well. I couldn't go outside and do activities. If if it was hot and I was outside for 10 minutes, I was having hot flashes. I was having hot flashes in January. It was so disruptive for my life. I couldn't stand it any longer.
Okay, can you tell us a little bit about how it was different coming to Dr. Woods than it was, seeking treatment elsewhere?
Well, I liked the bioidentical piece. Plus, I knew who Dr. Woods was. She was a physician where I work at one point, so I knew her by reputation. And I liked the whole idea of bioidentical. And when I came in, she explained it so thoroughly and really put me at ease, did a lot of blood work. And she didn't want to just treat the symptoms, she wanted to treat me. She wanted to improve my quality of life, which was refreshing.
So can you tell us how you feel now?
I feel great. It's 95 degrees outside, and yeah, I'm warm, but I'm not sweating profusely. I have energy again. I am enjoying being outdoors, which is something I love to do, and I just feel better. My mental state is happier.
That's great to hear. And what advice would you give to someone who is maybe having the symptoms you were having, or is thinking about a different approach to their health?
I would ask them to definitely check out the whole bioidentical piece. Dr. Woods gives you options. I choose to do the injections every 2 weeks because that's easier to monitor and to change up. Do it. Don't wait. There's nothing to wait for. Dr. Woods is very thorough. She makes sure that you're a really good candidate before getting you started. And don't wait. You don't have to be so miserable. I have friends that I talk to and have encouraged coming, and they'll come into my office and they're dying, and I can't say enough about it in this year's time. And I was seeing results and feeling better within about 4 weeks. It's life changing. It's life altering. I can't say enough about it. It's wonderful.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Okay, Joan, tell us a little bit about what brought you into Dr. Woods and how you were feeling before you started the program.
Okay, this is a little embarrassing maybe, but this is the reality. I was having to get up and use the bathroom urgently in the morning 2 to 5 times every morning for almost a year. And it got to the point where I couldn't go on a vacation comfortably. I couldn't pursue just walking my dog until I'd made sure I'd had that final bathroom visit. And I'd never dealt with anything like that before. So it was very life-altering, and it was getting depressing and irritating, and it kept me from doing what I wanted to do.
Okay, and had you tried anything before you saw Dr. Woods?
Well, I tried probably the normal things. I thought, well, I won't eat certain foods at night. I started to take some probiotics, which may or may not have been a good idea. I mean, I tried just home, homegrown, home type things, but nothing seemed to help at all.
Okay. And so when you first came to Dr. Woods and she designed your program, were you initially skeptical about the plan, or what did you think?
Yeah, because I was skeptical because I assumed there would be like prescriptions for some scary, pharmaceuticals. And honestly, it was more diet-based and herbal-based and supplements. And so I'll be honest, I thought, pharmacy was the only way to fix it.
Okay. And how are you feeling now?
Okay, so it's been a year almost since I've had a normal morning routine. And I noticed I feel fantastic. I don't know, what there is after this point, but I've been doing things for about a month, and it has been amazing. I changed my diet. I jumped right in. It's like I'm not going to become an expert. I'm going to just do it and learn it and go. So I changed my diet. I'm doing my supplements and my herbs. It's been fantastic. So by the first week, I noticed a difference, and now it's been about 4 weeks, and I can choose my morning routine myself, so I don't have to get up and do things urgently or 5 times in a morning. I'm just like a regular person. I can get up and go.
That's awesome. You can see the difference in your smile. And then, so what would you say to others who may be experiencing, these symptoms or other symptoms that seem at this point chronic and almost like, okay, this is my new normal now? What would you say to somebody who's dealing with that?
Well, I guess what I just got from the doctor is that, just being used to things being wrong doesn't make them right. And we're the only ones that really know what right is in our body. We remember back when we could do that or when we could. So what I would tell people is if there's something that's really changing your quality of life, no matter how embarrassing, no matter what the topic, they've heard it all, tell them and be open. And so I was very open to what she was going to tell me. So I changed things and I have embraced them and I do them with a positive attitude because it's to make me better. And it didn't take a lot of prescriptions. It was like a reshifting naturally, and I'm really excited about doing that because I think sometimes we're too quick to want an immediate pill fix. And I see this as more in my control. I can eat healthy, I'm energetic, I can make my body do the good things that it needs to be healthy for a longer period of time. So I would say talk to your doctor. If you can't find one that's going to be open to this kind of stuff, Dr. Woods is like my first experience with like a wellness. There's a lot of elements that go into being healthy, not just what you get from the pharmacy, which is the key for myself. And so I feel like I can live with doing these kinds of things for forever.
It's super empowering to be able to be in control of your own
Yes,
body.
yes, yeah.
So, okay, well, thank you for sharing with us.
You're welcome.
Okay, so tell us your name
I'm Stephanie Bowen.
and what initially brought you to see Dr. Woods.
I had lack of energy and I felt like I needed more hormones.
Okay. What made you choose Dr. Woods over another physician?
I was actually referred to Dr. Woods by my OBGYN that I've had for years.
Okay. And you said you had lack of energy and your hormones were off balance. What other symptoms were you experiencing to make you realize that you may have had an imbalance?
I was already on some hormones, but I was having more and more fatigue. I couldn't lose weight. I was exercising, felt like I was eating right, but I couldn't lose weight, even though I was doing all the things I should be doing. Having hot flashes, some moodiness, all those other things that go along with hormone imbalance.
Okay, and how have your symptoms changed through the process with Dr. Woods?
Oh my gosh, they've improved 110%. I've lost weight, I have much more energy. It's been almost life-changing. It has been life-changing. I feel like I'm ready to get up and go, and I'm 50 years old, and it's like this is the best time of my life.
Can I ask how much weight you've lost?
I have lost 15 pounds since I started with her.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
How has the change in your symptom relief and the change in how your overall health how has that impacted other aspects of your life?
Oh, I'm a better mom, and of course my kids are raised, but I'm a nicer mom probably. I'm a nicer wife. I have a lot of energy to do things with the grandkids and do things with my husband, and it's been great.
And what would your advice be to somebody who may be experiencing some or all or more of the same symptoms that you're experiencing?
I would say schedule an appointment with Dr. Woods. The thing that I really like about Dr. Woods is the fact that she sits down and talks to you. You don't feel like you're rushed. You feel like you're her only patient that day. She gives you the benefits, the risk, and lets you take that information and make an educated decision on your own and what's going to be best for you. And it's not that it's all a one size fits all.
Right.
It's customized to each patient. So that would be my advice.
How does this office differ from like a traditional physician's office? You said you were on hormones before,
Mhm.
but still having symptoms. How does this differ from what you were having treatment before?
This is a more family-like, the office staff knows my name as soon as I walk in the door. I know if I need to call that I can call and talk to Crystal, and she's going to know who I am right off the bat. And Dr. Wood comes in and remembers things of my past medical history. You're definitely looked at as a person versus a patient or a patient number.
Anything else that you wanted to add that we didn't talk about?
No, other than, well, I guess I would say on the adrenal diet, I went through was diagnosed by Dr. Woods with the adrenal issues, and if you get diagnosed with that and she puts you on that adrenal diet, just do that 2 weeks. You think that you can't do without your carbs and your sugar, and you can do anything just one day at a time, and that's been the biggest life-changing thing outside of the hormone replacement, that adrenal issue being addressed. That's been, she's not just about hormone replacements.
Fixing the whole problem. And
Fixing the whole person.
other patients have said that the relief that they feel or how they feel once they're on the adrenal diet keeps them motivated to stay. Like once you realize
Absolutely.
like what it does to your body and how you feel,
Yes.
then it's easier
Yes.
to
It's
stick to
way
it.
easier. Yes. I'm still pretty much on the adrenal diet.
Wonderful.
6 months later.
Wonderful. What does your husband think about the experience that you've had with Dr. Woods?
Whenever I say, hey, let's go do this or let's get this done, he says, well, I haven't had hormone replacements.
Going to make an appointment.
So he needs to come make an
Yes, he
appointment.
does. All right. Thank you, Stephanie.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so tell us your names
Johnny and Michelle Harris.
and tell us why you came to see Dr. Woods.
Just saw a Facebook post about some of the symptoms that she was describing that we were both having, and I thought this sounds like something that I need to look into, and here we are.
Awesome. So, what were some of the symptoms that you were having, both of you, that made you look into functional and integrative
Oh my
medicine?
God, just about every symptom she named.
My bedroom action had died down. Now, and they say when you get old, you slow down, but I think that's in your mindset.
Well, that's because that's what society tells you.
No, that's because my body was all jacked up.
Well, that's true too.
Because now that my body's back in
Because
line,
we believed we were old, and that's what happens when you get old.
my body was jacked up though, and now that it's right, bam! Boy, shoot, I'm setting records. I'm gonna call Guinness something for that.
That leads us into how have things changed for both?
Just overall feeling better, just feeling good, just wanting to do things, excited to hear that, after going to her seminar, hearing that a lot of things that we were facing was fixable, because we're both 54, I'll be 54 next month, and you hate to think that at 54 you can barely get around the house, you know what I mean? That's just crazy.
Well, then plus, like you said, it's the energy level. I used to come home physically tired and mentally tired. Now, it's like energy all the time.
Oh my God.
Weight loss, I've knocked off, what was that?
12.
12 pounds,
Yeah.
down to pants size.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. And I think I'm at like 13, close to 14.
Good for you.
People are starting to notice. I'm
Yes.
like, oh my God.
And this has not been like a long process. We
No,
just started,
not at all.
We started the cleanse in late April.
No,
Yeah.
early April.
Early April?
April 8th to be exact.
Early April, and it's June the 15th now.
Yeah.
And so to shed those pounds and get your energy and your libido, if nothing else, I'm happy. I could be 400 pounds as long as my libido was working. But now that I'm looking kind of good too, I'll take both of them. But I wish I did this 10 years ago, and I would recommend it to anybody that's out there that's going through anything.
Yeah.
You know, if it's just something where you're just tired, come see Dr. Woods. If it's something where you're having problems with losing weight, come see Dr. Woods. If you think you got allergy issues, come see Dr. Woods. If the action in the bedroom ain't where you want it to be or you think it should be, come see Dr. Woods. Because, you know, some people say that, oh, I feel like I'm 20 years old. No, I feel like I'm like 20-year-old, but with the experience of a 54-year-old now. And I'm gonna tell you, those are two dangerous combinations. The energy of a teenager or 20-year-old with the mindset. Woo.
What kept you from doing it in the first place?
Well, I wasn't there quite. I knew I was gonna go. I was gonna do it, but I wasn't quite ready to make the investment. It is an investment in yourself, but I went ahead and I looked at it, I researched it, and I was like, okay, we're gonna do this.
So my advice to guys is don't let your girl go out there and get all this good stuff, and then you sitting at home on the couch like a couch potato, wondering why that she's out doing things, and you're sitting at home by yourself on a Friday night or a Saturday night, or you want to have a little fun or she wants to have some fun and you don't feel like it.
Anything else you'd like to add?
I want to touch back on the investment thing.
Okay.
Don't let what a price of something dictate what you do for yourself, especially your health. In my mindset, I would rather pay a little bit now to get healthy than to get really, really jacked up and then have to spend major money on hospital bills, nursing homes, and all that other stuff when it's just cheaper to get fixed and then maintain yourself now. I look at it as the amount of money we spend for this little stuff. I blow that kind of money almost at Arrowhead and tailgating or messing around on vacations and stuff like that, which we still can do. So it's not like it's killing us. Some people just have a mindset that it's unnecessary money, but it isn't unnecessary. It's necessary for you to live the best that you can be at all times, not just feel good one day, 2 days. Since we've been off the cleanse and been doing everything that the doctor's telling us to, we bike ride, we do all kinds of stuff together now. It is well worth every penny and then some, in my opinion.
It's definitely an investment in your health.
Yeah.
You don't believe the hype. Just because you're getting older does not mean that you have to put up with aches and pains and low energy and sleepless nights and all that other stuff.
Excess weight you can't get rid of.
Yes,
So
because I mentioned I lost 13 pounds from April to now. It took me 3 years ago, I went on this diet and we went on this diet. It took me 6 months to lose 15 pounds. There's things going on in your body that you need to address. And so I say address it and live the best life you can live.
Love it.
I say diddly diddly.
We're going to have to get you guys to start teaching seminars. You are great spokespeople. I love it. All right, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so tell us your name
My name's Michelle.
and what initially brought you to see Dr. Woods.
A year ago, I was in chronic pain and stressed out and just really didn't feel good at all. So I finally made myself go to the doctor and was diagnosed with Hashimoto's and borderline hypothyroidism. And they wanted to put me on levothyroxine and without trying to do anything else. So I found Dr. Woods through my neighbor and just wanted to kind of get to the root of the issue and solve the problem rather than just taking medication to cover it up.
Okay, and how has the process changed your views on traditional medicine?
It's just verified everything I've found about traditional medicine. I don't go to doctors, but I tried. So it just makes me happy that there are natural ways to handle things and changes you can make in your life without having to put chemicals in your body to do it. I'm glad they're there because
Right.
it's good for some people, but
And so, how has your life changed? How have your symptoms changed? What is different now than a year ago?
I would say it was about 4 or 5 months ago whenever I got with Dr. Woods. So since coming here, I've learned that I'm highly gluten sensitive. Taking that out of my diet has been the biggest thing for me, I think, because all of the pain and inflammation that I was feeling, keeping me from exercising, is gone. Well, I would say 90% gone. I mean, we're still in the process, but I'm able to exercise again. I've lost 30 pounds.
That's awesome.
I have a lot more energy, and I don't know, just my whole outlook on life is just more positive, and I don't know, I look forward to each day rather than dreading each day.
How has it changed, your health changing? How has that impacted other aspects of your life, like relationships or work or things like that? Has there been a change?
It's good. My relationship with my husband is good. Because I feel better. I'm able to be there more. Same thing with my children. I've actually, in the last 4 months, had record months at work. I'm in sales. So that's been good. Another big thing is the adrenal fatigue. I'm in stage 2, stage 3, or was. We haven't retested yet. But, and I've implemented meditation and breathing and the exercise. I think a lot has helped. But I'm just not as stressed out as I used to be. So I think everybody around me, I mean, I'm always a fun person, but I can also be like, ah! So I feel like that's decreased dramatically.
So everybody's benefited from it,
Yeah.
even if not directly.
Yes.
What advice would you have to somebody who may be feeling kind of like you were, that there's not very many options out there, or they're just tired all the time, and they don't know necessarily? You did a lot of research on your own, but what if they don't know what the next step to take is? What would you say?
I would say definitely have your fluids tested so that you know what is going on instead of guessing. You can Google anything, you can guess anything. A lot of symptoms overlap, but with doing the blood and urine and stool and saliva, we were able to narrow down exactly what was going on with me, and it helps you find what you need to work on and baby steps. It's a lot at first, and the changes are a lot, but if you stick with it, the benefits and the way you feel, the way you look, everything is I feel like a completely different person than I did a year ago. So.
It makes the change worth it.
Yes, absolutely.
And how would you feel or tell patients, potential patients, how this office differs from like a traditional doctor's office where you make an appointment, go in and see them? How is this process different?
Oh my gosh, in so many ways. One, you don't sit in the waiting room forever. You guys are very, very personable. You know me when I walk in the door. I'm not just another face, another number. You know what's really going on with my body because of the time that you spend. But I remember the first time I came in, I sat and cried to Dr. Woods because it was just so overwhelmed. And now it's like, hey, how you doing today?
Okay.
But it's very comfortable, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because you feel like you can be very personable and you guys listen to where you go to another doctor and it's da-da-da-da, okay, bye.
Right. We're lucky we have the time to build a relationship with our
Right.
patients versus, just
Right.
telling them. She's a good listener. So.
And I also think that she's very good at educating and showing you what's going on with your body and why these things work together so that you can understand what's going on with yourself and help you make changes, or, just understanding it was a huge thing. I'm like, what is Hashimoto's? I have no idea. Yeah, of course, I Googled it all.
Right.
And then what is adrenal fatigue? I think I might have that, which I do, but I didn't realize how all these hormones work together, and, it was very educational for me.
Yeah.
So that's very different.
Being educated, I think, helps you tremendously make the right choices. And if you know why you're doing something, it makes it easier to
Stick with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's it.
All
Thank
right.
you.